humans, welcome back to my channel. I am FCA. If you've never been here before, hi. And we are doing Mystery March. Now, today, you might be able to see from my calendar that it is still February. This is when I'm going to have time to film. I film when I can. So when I have time to film, I film a lot of videos in a row. So when I look the same in my videos, I just do not have the energy, desire, or anything else to like try to fool you into thinking that I filmed on multiple days by changing this, that, and the not happening. But in Mystery March, we have a bonus thing because the Corey Richins trial. I do like to do trial summary and updates as an outside juror, somebody who does not have like professional legal stuff. Mystery March is happening, and the Mystery March videos are mystery themed. We have a trial going on. Corey Richins, I'm going to be doing summary and highlight updates during that time, which happens, it starts February 23rd. So that is what we have today. So I decided I wanted to get some slime. I've been watching a lot of Mariah Elizabeth. If you don't know who she is somehow, she is one of the art community people, very big in the creative space, where she's made, she makes plushies and universe characters, and she's just very lighthearted, cute, and fun. And she's been doing some slime videos, and I was like, you know, that kind of looks like fun. And so I ordered a mystery slime pack, a mini mystery slime pack from Amazon. Said it was a mystery slime pack, but this is how it came. Yeah, do you see how it's transparent? So I've been trying to leave it upside down because I can clearly see this bright green one here. This one kind of looks blue maybe. But I've been trying to keep it upside down so that I don't see the underneath color. And I kind of just left it in a spot where I wouldn't have to move it very much. But let's go ahead and do a little unboxing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, ooh, let me do some fake ASMR. I can't. I'm not into that. Okay, so here is the slime pack. It looks like there's a little avocado charm. There's a couple other charms just kind of dropped in here. So I'm going to fish those out. And I admit I don't understand the charm thing. So there's an astronaut. We saw the happy avocado. That one's cute. There is this kind of weird little mermaid. A peach. And I'm not sure what this is. Is it a fig? There are two unicorns, which are honestly both kind of creepy, if you ask me. So here are these little unicorn charm things. And the last one is on the floor. A little watermelon popsicle. Like, why is it on a stand? I don't know. I don't understand the point of the charms, because there's also these little sprinkle charms that have like little strawberries in them. And some other little pink thing and a bunch of stars. And what is this? This one has basically the same thing, except that the main thing isn't strawberries, it's little hearts. Can you see the little hearts? Probably not. But okay. I understand that you mix them into the slime, but why? Is it just like an extra sensory thing? Okay, I think that's good. I put the charms in little bags over here. I did still keep this down to protect my, because this is where I put my laptop. So now it looks like, based on reading these, there are things called clear slimes, things called cloud slimes, and things called butter slimes. So I know you can't see me, but I'm just going to close my eyes, and you're just gonna have to trust that I'm doing that, okay? And I'm just gonna pick one. So we'll move this around. My eyes are closed. Okay. And okay. So I got this cloud slime. It has a bit of white and a bit of a pink color to it. Grab the scissors over here. Actually, I'm going to take all of these out of the plastic first. Hold on. Not me struggling because I have these nails. For several of these, I have found that doing this at the bottom is the easiest way to be able to get underneath these. And if you don't have obnoxious, weird nails, they come off pretty easily if you start from the bottom rather than from the top. Okay, new idea. Since there's 3 of each of the different sensations, I'm just going to do one, like pick one randomly, and then of each kind. So this is what I had. I put them all back. But this is the cloud slime that I had picked out originally. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take all of the other cloud slimes out because they're probably going to be the exact same texture. These two actually look, they're almost the same color. So we'll put those aside. And now we have these. Okay, eyes are closed. Can you see that eyes are closed? I don't know. But we're going to spin this around. Okay, here's the, we're going to do the green buttercream, or butter slime, butter slime. So the other 2 butter slimes come out. So we missed a peach and a blue. So then it's just the, and we're going to do the magenta pink one here. Okay, so we can put those aside so I have more room here. And I'm going to start with the, you know what, pulling sleeves. Sounds like a good idea. And pushing hair out of the way. So it comes in this container. This is the cloud slime. Okay, it looks like sugar, like rock candy. Can you tell that kind of crystalline texture? Oh, that's super soft. It's also kind of sticky. And I dropped the lid. Okay. That's so soft. So it gives this nice, like, marshmallow fluff kind of thing. And both sides feel the same. One side doesn't feel more different than the other. So let me see if I can pull this out. But this is a nice texture. This is fun. And they're all going to feel cool, but look at this nice, woo, that has a gorgeous stretch. So this is foam. This kind of feels like just liquid foam, like a not fully solidified foam. This is fun. And of course, because it's orange and pink, you get this beautiful color. And the more you stretch it out, you're really getting a lot more white than you are of that light pink color. But this is nice. I will say, this is leaving a little bit of residue on the side of the hands. And it also is slightly damp. Like, it feels wet. We'll go with the little mermaid and this little unicorn, I guess. So we do the whole thing. I will say that having a charm in there definitely ruins it for me. And okay. And it gets stuck in the little crevices. So having the little charm in there doesn't do it for me. Cloud slime, success. I like that. That was a good sensory experience. Let's do, I think the butter slime looks like it's the most similar. So I expect this with the little cubes in it to feel more slime and maybe less foam. But we're going to go ahead and try the lime green butter slime. Okay, so this very different. It has a very different, this looks more plastic, and can you see that it has like a sheen to it? That feels different. This doesn't feel like the other one at all. This feels like, I think this is very accurate named. This feels like softened butter, and it even kind of looks, this is the texture of softened butter. So that slightly, you could make a little bubble. Okay. This also feels nice. It's not as that like solid stretch. This definitely feels more like, yeah, I like soft taffy, like taffy candy. That feels nice. That's smooth. It's not as soft as the cloud one, but this is very smooth. Like, I kind of want to go like this with it, because it's a peach charm and this, whatever this other purple fig fruit, whatever it is. I mean, again, it just sort of interrupts me rather than entertains me. Color with this one, and there is no little residue pieces on my hand, but it does still feel slick. So I think that out of these two, I prefer the cloud one. This one's not bad though. Okay, time for the clear slime. This one is what I think is going to be the most sticky, just based on how it looks, because it looks a lot like more classic slime. I don't know what these little cube pieces are, but there's like a bunch of little chunked cube things in there. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely more classic. Looks like soap. This has a filament on it, and it's gel. This feels like hardened hair gel right away. So yeah, definitely more of a classic slime, and this one smells the strongest. These two didn't have much of a smell. This one really smells, and these are, okay, whatever these things are, it kind of has a cool effect, like stretching it looks really cool, and if they're just getting colored by the gel. But these are solid. I thought maybe they would crush, or like they were some kind of clay, but they're not. These are actual like solid pieces, and they're not very soft. Like, they aren't squishable. They're just weird little cubes. Definitely feels less sticky than this one, but it just feels like, because it feels like hair gel, it feels a lot more wet than the other two. And I've only been playing with this for a minute, and it already, like, it looks worse. It already is it lost its stretch almost immediately, so that's not fun for me. Let's see, I guess I'll go with these two. Okay, so I can understand the charm thing. I guess I'll throw this one in there too. The charm thing makes a little more sense in these ones, because you can actually like see them as you're moving around, and because there's already these chunks, having extra chunks in here doesn't really take away from the sensation. But I will say that this is all right. Like, this is already, I don't know how else to describe this, coagulated. Cut a corner off here. Come on. I have no other use for these things, so I need to get them all out of here. Oh boy. It's not quite sticky enough. Oh, there's a random little panda bear. Let me... Okay. So here's this. This definitely is... I can see why the charms would go in this one, these little bead things, because that does look kind of cool. Spreading it out, seeing all the little confetti bits. And because this one is the most clear, you can actually see them. It's okay, they're already, it's not sticky enough to hold all of them. There's already stuff falling out. No! I don't know why this is in there. Are these little squares just there to fill space? I don't know. It looks far different than it starts out. It loses its transparency, and you can kind of see like where the gluten, like if you've ever made bread and you can see when the gluten is activated, that is kind of what this looks like. Very, very different than the clearness that you get from this. So if you were going to add the little charms in, you might want to do it sooner than later. So yeah, the cloud slime is definitely a lot more satisfying to me. It feels the best to me. And it keeps on being soft. Like the stretch factor is the same stretch factor that it had at the beginning. I'm going to try one more of the cloud slimes just to make sure that it's not just this particular one. That is nice. This one smells different than this one, but they don't have anything else on them. Comfort, pretty colors. If you're a person who's inclined to use charms, you can. But that is that Mystery March video with the slime sensation. I will link to, it was from Amazon, but I'll give you the link below. I paid for these with my own money, so no, there's no sponsorship or anything here. I don't think they would have appreciated what I said about their clear slime. Definitely need the charm confetti bits for that because it does change color and consistency so quickly. But that is that. I will see you all for the next Mystery March video or just the next video in general. Bye, my lovely humans.